Eseme Eyiboh is a member of the All Progressives Congress and former member of the House of Representatives from Akwa Ibom State, a position he aspired to return to during the last election. He joins me now to share his thoughts on that statement of support from the military and Senate screening of Tinubu's ministers. Good to see you, Honorable Eseme. Thank you for joining me on this Live, this Sunday talk show.
Ruben, it's a pleasure to be with you in a day like this. Thank you very much.
Okay, Honorable Eseme, first, let me start from the latter part of the commentary. Now, we have seen the screening of ministers. 48 of them, 45 got approved. And in the course of that, the general impression of Nigerians is that, look, these senators, this National Assembly, is operating as if they are running a circus, as if it's a wing of Baba Salah's comedic institution or an Alibaba extension. First, the Senate president came on one occasion. He said, oh, let the poor breathe. And many of us thought that the Senate president was mocking the suffering, long-suffering, oppressed, disoriented people of Nigeria. And then the same Senate president came later and said, oh, we have put some tokens in your account. There was a lot of murmuring from the back. And then he said, oh, we have put prayers. We have communicated prayers to you. Only to turn out that some senators collected 2 million naira. And Nigerians are saying, these people are sharing money when everybody is under stress. And then they've not spent up to 100 days. They are going on recess. And people are saying, these our senators are overpaid and underworked. Where are they going to? They are not coming back until September 26th. And they have collected our money. Token, call it prayers. You used to be one of them. Please, is this how you people were collecting tokens and prayers? It's a serious matter. It is a serious matter.
This is very interesting. Those people who are wanting the Senate to be taken to the cleaners or National Assembly, as a matter of fact, there are those persons with a fertile mind, a fertile mind of mischief. Because let's discuss this and let's be serious about it. Now, these gentlemen were inaugurated on the 13th of June, 13th of July, 13th of August, and going on a break, September, then returning back. For getting to 3 months, they have not received any salary, they have not received any allowance, they have not received any money of any sort. Now, civil servants, by the time they want to go on holiday or they want to go on break, or sometimes you hear a government at the sub-national or even at national saying that these categories of civil servants have now been paid, that these areas of this, that have been paid areas of that. Nobody's talking about it. 2 million naira to be given to a senator. For example, Olu Senatorial District has 13 local government. Eket Senatorial District, where I come from, 12 local government. For you to give a senator 2 million naira, that is not his salary, that is not anything, that is a token as a matter of fact. To now take to go for a holiday in a 12 local government or a 13 local government, as the case may be. Ruben, you and I will agree that 2 million naira under this hunger and anger will not be able to sustain engagement with your constituents. You agree with me, no doubt about that. So there is no big deal in this issue of 2 million. It's only that the time is a time where majority of our population is going through hunger and anger. And so the issue of rationalization of the entitlement of these people, will you say if it is 2 million naira, assuming that it is a salary, without granted that without conceding, are you saying that for the 4 months it's going to be 500,000 naira allowances, salary, and everything? So I think this set of senators, for example, when House of Representatives went on break, this Senate decided to stay back for the screening. Sometimes they will end as early as 7 p.m. in the night. As early as that, 11 p.m. in the night. And they sit on non-legislative days like Friday, Saturday, and Monday. And I'm thinking such a sacrifice is supposed to be applauded. We're supposed to appreciate that. And beyond it, they were saying that this Senate is likely going to be a rubber stamp Senate under Senator Godswill Akpabio's leadership. But when 48 nominees were sent to the Senate for screening, if it were a rubber stamp, it would have been 48 in and 48 returns. But it wasn't so. They were properly screened, the backgrounds were checked, and all of that. And they declined approval, they declined to give approval to 3 of the nominees because of diligence, because of ethical integrity, because of the institutional values. They did that. And when you weigh that on what, in terms of productivity, what has this Senate actually done that we are saying that they're not supposed to go on break and the money given to them were whatever it is. And at one moment, you just mentioned here, let Nigerians breathe. What was the kernel of that motion? There was a proposal to the National Assembly, to the Senate particularly, where 40% electricity hike was proposed. And one of the senators got up to amend the motion that with increasing electricity tariff at this time is going to be putting a rope on the neck of an average Nigerian. And that to increase electricity tariff now would not go well for Nigerians. So the Senate must do any and everything possible to make sure that this does not happen. In the amendment to that prayer, another senator now said that there should be no increase, no matter the percentage. The National Electricity Regulatory Commission and the electricity companies attempted that. And he said Nigerians should be allowed to breathe. We should not have just withdrawn fuel subsidy. And now increasing electricity tariff now is going to be tightening the noose of the average Nigerian. They should allow Nigerians to breathe. So I had expected that intervention stopped the increase in the tariff. And that intervention was to promote the welfare of an average Nigerian. That intervention was intended to make the people feel that the senators are indeed representative of their people and they are not mercantilists. And that ought to have been appreciated. But those of us outside now decided to take the issue of the amendment of that prayer. The amendment of that prayer, His Excellency, the reputable Senate President, put that amendment of that prayer into vote. There is no way he can use his gavel, exercise his discretion. By parliamentary practice, he has to put that amendment into vote. And it was overwhelmingly voted for. And he now came up with those in support and those against. And those in support now won the day. Okay. So now, they now took that out of context. I don't think that was very fair to them.